You're listening to The J with your host, Kennedy.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You're listening to The J, the first episode of the TOMICA podcast. I am your host, Kennedy, and before I begin, I just want to introduce myself for those of you who are not familiar who I am. I tend to cover a lot of Japanese entertainment and a lot of Japanese trends. And when it comes to coverage of Japanese, what's happening in Japan, pretty much, I've been doing it for a very long time, and been promoting it from Japanese to English to give people, a good eyesight of what is happening in terms of trends, maybe anime, manga, to music. Film, you name it. And since 1999 or so, I've hosted the J podcast, and it was primarily centered on Japanese entertainment and music, and that lasted for till like 2000 up to 2007 or 2008 or so. And then I recently revived it with the J, the Tetsuro Moke podcast edition, and the J VR edition. So those two podcasts are still ongoing. And the reason why I decided to do a TOMICA one is that I have an interest in the vehicles and collecting the vehicles, and also just I know that in the U.S. and other countries, there are a lot of people who have a lot of interest in wanting to get access or wanting to know what's popular in terms of cars, and what trends are, especially in Japan. I know that in the U.S. The popularity of Hot Wheels and Matchbox and other die-cast metal companies. I actually used to be part of that toy hunting group. Nope, not a scalper, but part of that toy hunting group that would go early in the morning to Walmart or Target, or even Walmart late at night, just to see what new Transformers or new figures, maybe Star Wars or whatever. It was more towards action figures. And that's another thing. I used to host another, not the TV show, but the podcast edition called Toy Hunters, way back then. But I was very hardcore into collecting toys, and it's been part of my life. It's just something that I enjoy doing. Granted, I did stop, and it's because, for those of you who are involved in collecting anything, maybe video games, maybe baseball cards, or whatever, it can get very costly. And I just at the time I just had a child on the way, and I promised for the family to that I need to cut it out. So I did cut it out, and haven't really touched it for many years. And it's because I have that collector's mentality. It started when I was younger, with comic books, and I've always wanted to read. If you read the Avengers, then you also wanted to collect the other stuff, maybe Captain America, Hulk, Hawkeye, Iron Man, you name it. And of course, when you start getting to that, then you start getting into the other heroes such as the X-Men, Wolverine, you name it. And the same thing with DC, with the Justice League, with Superman, Batman, Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, you name it. You can't stop at one. And so I have that collector's mentality of wanting to read, and same thing with manga. If I read something that I really enjoy from this author, I really have to check out their other works. Same thing when it comes to anime. So I really, even including cinema as well. You've seen one good, you become enchanted. Let's say with a Kurosawa, Akira film, and next thing you know, it's just that you want to watch them all. So pretty much, I look at things as a collector. I do not put so much into the aspect of, oh, get this now because it's going to be worth a lot. Because the truth is, I'm known for a long time, from collecting, that it's always as good as whoever's going to buy it or not. And typically when in the past, I remember collecting things, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to collect the Star Wars, this whole series. And then next thing within 10 or 15 years from now, it should be worth a lot of money. No, they don't. Same thing with comic books. Sure, with comic books, if you have a mint condition of something very, very old, or like first edition of something, they tend to you can make your money. But when it comes to a lot of toys, technology changes. You could go back, let's say, even like the old Marvel figures. The sculpting has changed. Star Wars especially has changed from the vintage, and those who are looking for the vintage stuff are usually classic collectors. And so you get down to the cars, and you always, the way I look at it is that there's always a want, but the thing is that it always comes down to the person of what they're interested in. And I could tell you with Japanese and American and other interests of people, when it comes to vehicles around the world, everyone's different. I do notice, you'll probably notice that when it comes to vehicles, a lot of people love the Tomica Premium series, and a lot of the cars that are featured tend to be sports cars. And so some people who are not familiar or just got into it thinking, oh wow, sports cars are what I should follow, and that should be it. Nope, that's not always the case, because in Japan, people are, yes, people would love to have expensive cars and luxury cars, but majority of the people travel by train. And those who do travel by car typically can't afford it. They live in the country area where vehicle is important to have, but everyone is pretty much on public transportations. Trains is a big part of the lifestyle of how how things are in Japan. So that's where I got involved with the Japanese trains, and that's why I have a podcast on it that deal with engaged models, Plarail, and more. But in terms of vehicles, when it comes to Tomica, you'll notice that the ones that tend to sell are what people see the most, especially on freeways, especially when it comes to advertisement. People love their ELF series of ELF or ELF, whatever you want to call it, their vehicles. Those tend to sell out quickly. Classic cars, especially back from the 80s and the 70s, they're very big in Japan, and especially with people who are nostalgic. You'll see people who love their Skylines, their Silvias. There's just, especially the Crowns. There are a lot of people who are so nostalgic that they buy those sets like crazy. They absolutely love them, and it's the reasons why you see Takara Tomy or Tomica tend to release those often. And I think it's really great that that people are now getting easier access to the cars. That was not always the case, but I think now, especially with a lot of companies wanting to go international, we're starting to see, for the past few years, we started to see Gunpla now on Target stores and other stores outside of Japan. A lot of easier access for that, and of course, Tomica was also sold, I believe, at Walmart. And while there are other avenues of ways for people to get to cars, I will tell you right now, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, and I do not have any insider dealing with these companies. So I have no interests that are shared among executives of Takara Tomy or any other company. I tell it like it is, good or bad, and if it's bad, you're definitely going to hear it. So I'll definitely be upfront when it comes to that type of stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and start off. Just give you a good taste of how I do things. We're going to start off with the top 10 Tomica stuff that are sold, Tomica cars or vehicles that are sold, and we're going to start with Yodobashi, and then we're going to start with, after that we'll talk about the top 10 sales at Big Camera. So let's go ahead and start that. So for those who've never been to Japan, Yodobashi and Big Camera are the two large department stores, electronic stores, you could say. In a way, it's nothing like America, where back in the day, you had Radio Shack as being the top electronics company. That has changed. I remember back then they had Circuit City, and in Japan it's a little different. They have department stores owned by these huge companies that have several floors of things they sell, from electronics to hobbies and models. They even have restaurants, you name it. And Yodobashi and Big Camera are among the big ones that you'll often see in Japan. And a lot of people take their kids there to buy toys. And they do keep their rankings on the popular the popular toys that are being sold, especially breaking down to certain brands. And we're going to start off with the top 10 ranking for Yodobashi, and this is pretty much for Tomica. And as you can see here, the first place right now is the Studio Ghibli of My Neighbor, Tonari no Totoro. My Neighbor Totoro, for those who are outside of Japan, the mini car. And so this one's being sold for 1,200 yen. You gotta keep your eye out, because I know on Amazon and other places people sell them very high, and you might find it a lot cheaper if you buy it as a set. Second one is another Studio Ghibli one. This one's for Porco Rosso Savoia S.2.1F, and this one's also for 1,200. And the other one is another Ghibli, Spirited Away, Kaibara Electric Railway, the mini car. So you got the three Studio Ghibli ones that are taking the top 3 spots for Yodobashi Camera. At 4, you got the number 68 mail car. Mail cars are pretty popular. A lot of because I'm not sure. In America, the UPS, or not the UPS, but the USPS may not be held with the highest esteem like they once were. But in Japan, Japanese postal is pretty big and quite important there. So, the mail car, number 68, something you really see. And a lot of people like seeing those, the red cars, the red delivery mopeds, especially the mailboxes themselves. it's a big identification for Japanese male, and seeing the big red vehicles or the mopeds or bikes that you see on the street. So, and this one is about 400 yen. It's on 4th place. 5th one is the Hajimete TOMICA garbage truck. So this is one targeted for children, and it's about 710 yen. It's at 5th place. Going to number 6, we have a TOMICA Premium 36, the Honda NSX-R minicar, which is sold for 620 yen. At number 7th, let's see here, we have another beginner one, the TOMICA Nissan GT-R for 710 yen. And 8th place, we have the TOMICA number 28, the Subaru BRZ, 380 yen. And at 9th place, we have the number 115, the Subaru WRX S4 STI Sport. And the 10th place, you have the Fish Market set. And for those of you who've been to Tsukiji or any of the fish markets, especially the one in Toyosu, something you usually see. So it's a really, really popular thing there, especially if you've been to a fishing area throughout Japan. But yeah, the next one is, we'll do the top 20 here. The Livestock Transporter. This is the one that comes with the cows, and 770 yen. Next one is the Isuzu Erga Toei Bus, 12th place. 13th place is the Toyota Dyna cleaning car. At number 14, we got another premium, the number 21, the Pontiac Firebird, at 14th place. At 15th, we have another premium, the Honda NSX Type S. 16th place, we got the Tomica Heroes Tokuso Combined Robot. Job Labor JB06 Police Braver Honda VFR White Motorcycle. 17th place, we have the Tomica number 24, the Suzuki Solio. Number 18th, we have a Disney one, the Cars Tomica C20 Surge Standard Type. 19th place, we have the Yaris, the Tomica number 50. And number 20, we have the Tomica 09 Gordon. So let's go ahead and check out Big Camera's ranking. So with Big Camera, their number one selling Tomica vehicle is the number 64, the Toyota Voxy, which comes out in a few weeks. Another one is another pre-order is the Tomica 115, the FU655 Lucky. And this is really interesting because it is a lawnmower. So, and it comes with that figure. So I think that's really interesting. At number 26, we have the Toyota Crown. At number 4, we have the Ferrari Premium Series Collection. At number 5, we have the 89 Lamborghini Cyan FKP 37. At number 6, we have the number 109 DHL truck. At number 7, we have the Mercedes-Benz G-Class. That's the Tomica number 35. At number 8, we have the Tomica number 106, the Honda CT 125 Hunter. At number 9, we have the Tomica Isuzu, number 20, Isuzu Erge Toy Bus. And at number 10, we have the Takara Tomy number 71 Hitachi Construction Machinery Wheel Loader ZW220. You know what? Let's go ahead and do the full top 20. So number 11, we have the number 99 Subaru Forester Fire Command Vehicle. At number 12, we have the Tomica number 39 Honda Stepwagon. At 13, we have the mail car at number 6. That's number 68, by the way. Number 14 is the number 107 Tomica Subaru Sunflower. Right there. At number 15, we have the Tomica number 31, the Toyota Camry Sports, the masked patrol car. At number 16, we have the Tomica number 148, the Hummer H2 limousine. At number 17, we got the Tomica number 67, the Toyota Hilux truck. And at number 18, we have the Takara Tomy, the Tomica 58, the Glico wagon. At number 19, we have the Tomica, number 19, Suzuki Katana. And at number 28, we have the Tomica number 114, the Toyota Century. So there you go. That is both the Yodobashi and the Big Camera Tomica sales rankings, and quite a few of the pre-orders on the top of the list. But as you can see, both have differing top 20s. But it gives you an idea what people are interested in Japan at this time. Okay, let's take a look at what is coming out real soon. We have for the Tomica series, we have the number 46 Ferrari Daytona SP3. So we got a red one and a black one. And doesn't show, here it is, 550 yen. That's including tax. At number 57, we have the Art Moving Center truck, which is pretty much the Art Hikoshi Center truck. And this one has suspension panel opening and closing, which is great. Then for Tomica World, we have the they call it Spread Out and Play Clean Up Play Park. So this one will be going for 5280 yen. This one has a really pretty big slope. And then, of course, one of the bigger ones is a Mr. Donut, Tomica Town Mr. Donut release. As you can see right here, it's following the trend of the other previous releases, such as the 7-Eleven, the Pizza-La, and the, let's see here, they also had a Tomitown one and a parking lot, and pretty much the difference now, and Sushiro. But the difference now is these are foldable. I think that's great for parents, especially for kids who don't want to make a mess. The parents tell them to clean up. All they have to do is just fold it, and it's ready to go back and be stored. Also, another positive of this, compared to the past releases of the Mr. Donut or the 7-Eleven buildings, it makes it easier for kids to, attach tracks to the, to the layout. So, in the past, there used to be like these like bumps, because they didn't really have the tracks were available, but it was created differently, so people could just ride it and go through the bumps. But now with the new tracks that are available, they could just be lined up right next to the side of the parking lot of these diorama setups for Tomica Town. So I think that's really cool. This one will be going for 1320 yen. So because Amazon is still having the Takara Tomy sale until the end of the month, expect this one to be on. Well, I can't say it's going to be on sale, because since it's new, it'll probably still be 1320. But if you do purchase on Amazon Japan, if you plan to get other Tomica stuff, you probably could get them on sale. There's quite a bit of sales going on right now. For those who've never purchased through Amazon Japan, you just have to remember that there's always a start off of 2,500 to 2,600 yen, which is like $20 or so US dollars, attached to the price. So what you want to do is you want to order several and get your money's worth. So the shipping, pays for itself. I order through Amazon Japan primarily, and I enjoy it because they're quick. it's a lot cheaper to go through priority shipping versus the standard shipping, and you get it within several days. They're all delivered via DHL. You just have to remember to create an account on DHL and then fill out how you want to receive it. If you want, because most of the time, a lot of companies want you to sign for it. But if you want it left on your patio, you could leave instructions for the driver to do so. But again, Amazon Japan is great if you are planning to order more than one thing. If you're going to order multiple things, it works out really well. Otherwise, if you're just going to buy one or two, I just would rather just go to another site or go to eBay or something like that, because you could save a lot more money. But Amazon Japan is great if you are doing a lot of bulk type of orders. Now, it's not always cheap. Pre-releases are not always cheap, so you either wait or you just keep checking back, or you can just wait for these Takara Tomy sales that are like the ones happening right now. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of resellers on there who are trying to drive the prices higher to certain cars. So don't be alarmed. I would never spend so much, unless it's a true collector's item and it's vintage, then possibly. But you should never spend way too much. You should never spend too much on a vehicle unless it's a highly desirable and hard to get item. But otherwise, you should never pay too much for it. You also want to check out the difference, because if you see something that you want that is no longer on sale in box, you can type blister and you can see the blister version to see if it's available. And sometimes you'll see the blisters, the blister packaging that is more available than the box version. So definitely check that out. I highly recommend, if you do have Chrome, to have Google Translate, so that can assist you. But Amazon Japan also does have translations, so it does help out a lot. The other thing is, you can definitely order from, depending on on the part of the world you live in. I do know in the United States, UK, or any other country, you can order from any Amazon these days, and there's just no I've ordered through Japan, Germany, France, Italy, had no problems whatsoever. The only thing that's different from Amazon Japan from other countries is that they do offer points. So these points are great, especially to save money on shipping or get a free car. The more you buy, the more points you get. So it's a bit positive in that aspect. But sometimes you just definitely want to check the Amazon in your country. Check out the prices of the cars. If you have a local hobby store or so, just do your due diligence and do the research, because you might find things a lot cheaper than it is on Amazon. But most of the time, Amazon has really good sales, and you'll notice that when you add things on the, you'll see the price, and then when you add it to your cart, you'll start seeing discounts. But again, more so right now because of the Takara Tomy sale that's going on. So yeah, that is Amazon Japan right there, and that is the new releases. You can see here some robots right here. The TOMICA Job Labor Giganto Police Braver Koban Armor DX, and the TOMICA Job Labor Koban Armor Police Dog 11 Maru. So if you're into collecting that, and then of course the Dream Tomicas, the Sanrio Character Collection is available this month as for 880 yen. And then you got the Ferrari 3 model collection, that is the premium, that is also on sale for 3520 yen. You could get the Testarossa, the Ferrari FXXK, and the F40. Definitely check that out if you're into the premium stuff. They also have the 37 Honda Civic Type R FD2, which is available for 935 yen. For those who are not familiar, the difference between Tomica Premium and Tomica Red Box or regular box, it's just mostly detail and tire detail. Because let's say that you look at a regular box, like these wheels tend to come standard when you purchase a regular box vehicle, and then when you get a premium, you could see the difference in the rims and also the painting and the detail. So you pay a little bit more. If I noticed that 500 yen is the retail price, or 550 yen for a Tomica car. On Amazon Japan, they tend to go for, a lot of them tend to go for like 300 and 90 yen, and then of course right now there's a discount on that as well. But yeah, if you really want to go premium, it's probably a good way to get the really quality vehicles. But don't discount the regular box, because there's a lot of cool releases on there that'll probably never come out on premium. So you definitely want to collect both if you can. So we're going to go to the Premium Unlimited, and this one is going to be very exciting. This is going to be huge because the Shin Kamen Rider Cyclone for the Kamen Rider version and the Kamen Rider #2 version will be released. Tomica Premium Unlimited usually covers the movies or the TV shows that certain vehicles appeared in. And you can see right here, I believe this one's for the actual new movie, the Shin Kamen Rider. Yep. This movie features these two new motorcycles, so I think that's going to be very awesome. The retail price for these are supposed to be 1430. Don't be surprised if you see it on sale for 900 yen, but you definitely want to get it once it's first released. So definitely keep checking on Amazon on that. And then for those of you who have a Toys R Us, if you are in Japan, or Babies R Us, you got the Toys R Us original Suzuki Jimny customized design specifications. In Japan, the Suzuki Jimny is quite popular. It's a Jeep that's that a lot of people love. Again, similar to the Silvias and the ELF. Was it the Suzuki or a Suzu? My mind's gone haywire right now. But yeah, the Jimnys are quite popular. They come out in various colors and various styles. So. But yeah, Toys R Us is still going on in Japan. Not sure if there's still stores in the U.S. or if they all got canceled. Like similar to how Tower Records, they have it in Japan. They used to have a lot in America, but I think now it's mostly a lot of those stores have disappeared. But yeah, for the Tomica stuff, a lot of good releases coming up. For me, I'm excited about the Kamen Rider stuff. I think that's really awesome. That's if you're into the Premium Unlimited and you do like motorcycles. I think the Ferrari 3 is going to be a big seller for premium fans. Of course, the Sanrio fans are definitely going to buy these up. I mean, you look at it already. There's just so many different characters on there, which is definitely going to attract a lot of fans. Excuse me. So, looking at the Sanrio, go back to that. The characters featured a Hello Kitty, Cinema Roll, Pochako, Pom Pompurin, My Melody, and Kuromi. So, if you are interested in those characters, definitely check it out. And I believe this is the third collection because there has been Sanrio collections before. And yeah, this is just looking through this, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, so this is very cool. Okay, let's check out what is happening in Tomica news. So this one, Tomica and Sylvanian families will be appearing in McDonald's Happy Meal sets. Happy sets is what they call it. And yeah, I think this is going to be very cool. So let's see what is going to be available. Okay, so for the Happy Meal set for Tomica, they're going to have a lot of working cars. So this includes the Nissan Skyline GTR BNR 34 patrol car. I'm not sure if it shows here, but they said there's going to be a Honda VFR police motorcycle, a Suzuki Jimny JAF road service car, the Toyota Hilux, and Sakai. And then they will have another one with the fire department special advanced rescue vehicle, the aquarium truck, Toyota Dyna tow truck, and the Hato bus lineup. Wow, wait a minute. These are not dumbed down versions. These are the actual vehicles that are being released. So if you want a free Tomica, well, not free, but you're going to have to pay for the Happy Meal set. You're getting your money's worth. Just buying the meal itself pretty much pays for itself. You're getting these vehicles right here. I think that's pretty awesome, especially if you're a Sylvania fan. Yeah, so let's see here. So on the weekend of April 15th and the 16th, Tomica Special DVD 2023 will be presented for each Tomica set purchased, and Sylvanian Family Search Picture Book will be presented for each Sylvanian Family set purchase. On April 29th and 30th, a Tomica Playing Sheet and Tomica Exciting Picture Book will be distributed for each Tomica set purchase, and a Sylvanian Family's Friends poster will be distributed for each Sylvanian Family set purchased. So, yeah, McDonald's. I think this is really cool that this is being offered. And going to another page, it looks like Impress Watch on Yahoo Japan has a more detailed article on how much the set will cost. By the way, for those of you who don't know, in Japan, Yahoo is still relevant. A lot more than in the U.S. A lot of people go there for their news, and also for Yahoo auctions. Very popular in Japan. So yeah, let's see what the news is and how much these sets will cost. Okay, so McDonald's Japan will release the Happy Set Tomica for a limited time from April 14th at McDonald's stores nationwide. That's through Japan. The Happy Set starts at 490 yen, tax included. Prices may vary at some stores. Each toy is limited in quantity and will end as soon as it's gone. So with Tomica, there's going to be 2 series starting from April 14th through the 27th, and the second one through the 28th to May 11th. And here are the vehicles being offered. A total of 9 types are available, including 4 types. What? A total of 9 types are available, including 1 secret toy. Okay. So, we know that a lot of these have been released recently. I'm trying to see here if there's any difference in quality between the actual releases and the one. I don't know if they'll come with a box or a blister package. I don't know. See a McDonald's truck right there. So the Helix does get a different wrapping job with a McDonald's paint job, I guess you could say. Wow. So they do change it up quite a bit. So I think these are not the same just this picture alone just shows me that these are a little bit different. These are more geared towards the Happy Meal sets, but they still look very cool, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to go collect those. Trying to read. Let's see. Go back to the article here. So this follows the Happy Set Doraemon, which was sold last time. So the Happy Set Tomica introduced is a toy that has been picked up from familiar mini cars to working cars. Tomica is one of the most popular Happy Set items, and many people have been waiting for it to appear for the first time in over a year. Tomica is the name of the minicar series released by Takara Tomy since 1970. One of the features that is commercialized not only for general passenger cars but also for emergency vehicles and construction vehicles, including somewhat enthusiastic lineups. Tomica itself designed this so it can be played in combination with Pla Rail, released by Tomica itself designed it so they can be played in combination with the Pla Rail, the plastic train releases, released by Takara Tomy. This is more of a toy store-like idea. The theme chosen for this is Happy Set Tomica, recognition of figures and space, sociality, and imagination. Unlike a year ago, it has a simple configuration without options other than the vehicle. So there's no gimmicks. For that reason, the impression is that both the first and second have a lineup of unique vehicles unique to Tomica. Since the series have been running for over 50 years, it continues to be loved by a wide range of generations. So, in addition to standard vehicles such as police cars and fire trucks, special vehicles such as an aquarium truck are also available in the Happy Set. In this Happy Set, a total of 8 types of toys will be developed, including the first and second series. In addition, 1 type of secret toy will be added to the second series, making a total of 9. They did not provide what information there is of the secret toy, so they recommend people to check and check for yourself to find out what kind of toy will appear. So looking at the pictures again, you're going to get the Nissan Skyline GT-R BNR 34 patrol car, the Honda VFR white motorcycle, the Suzuki Jimny JAF road service car, the Toyota Helix. The second installment features the Sakai City Fire Department, Special Advanced Rescue Vehicle, the Aquarium Trunk, the Toyota Dyna, and then of course the secret vehicle. Wow, and there's also going to be a tow truck and a Hato bus as well. The first toy bag is going to be light blue and the second will be dark blue. As mentioned above, according to McDonald's Japan, the theme chosen for the Happy Set is Tomica as recognition of shapes, space, sociality, and imagination. By touching the mechanism of the toy and observing the working car, children can learn about the recognition of shapes and spaces and sociality. In addition, they can pretend to playing or running a car, which will help develop their imagination by imagining stories such as cars and streets where people could come and go. So it's all good. All good. Very good news. And so, other news on the Motor Fan website. They have an article of Tomica and Motor Fan. See here what they say. The Tomica, the standard of domestic die-cast mini-cars that has been supported for more than 50 years since its release, has been supported for more than half a century. And Motor Fan, which has a long history as an automobile media since before the war. And let's see here, serial all catalog of actual cars. What kind of car is that Tomica? Okay. Let's go ahead and delve into this article more. By the way, I like this truck right here. I, look forward to getting it. But it's the Art Moving Center truck. Okay, let's see here. On April 3rd of April 2023, the Art Moving Center truck 1720S became the number 57 of TOMICA in place of the previous McLaren 720S. The Art Moving Center was originally founded as a Takara Transportation in 1968 in Osaka as a transportation company. In 1976, moving was a time when transportation companies were doing things on their own. In 1976, the company started the moving business out of a desire to help customers with their new life with heartfelt services in addition to transporting goods, and they established a business division. This was the founding of the Art Hikoshi Center. The following year, this division became independent as Art Hikoshi Center Company Limited. So this is an Isuzu Elf. There we go. The Elf. As mentioned, the Elf series are trucks. Probably one of the most popular ones. You see them all over Japan. And for people in Japan who are collectors, they buy out these Isuzu Elf trucks. If you are a foreign collector, I know most of you are probably sports car collectors, but if you really want to start getting to Japanese vehicles, you cannot go wrong with the Isuzu Elves. They are really nice. Well, most of them have details. I think the only exception is the newer 711 Japan series, which does come with a detailed truck, but the actual back part of it, like a little 711 sticker or something like that, it's kind of lame compared to a previous 711 truck that was really nice, detailed with a big strip of green going through across. But there's been numerous Isuzu Elf series, especially on Mickey Mouse one that came out with the front in black. But definitely check that out because Elf series tend to be huge. You guys are just watching this ad, aren't you? Tokyo Auto Salon 2020. Okay, here's the actual photo of the actual truck with the workers. Photo is from a press release of the Art Moving Center. Okay. Wow. So this is how they deliver. Well, actually, it's just a example of household goods and luggage that can be transported by a 3-ton truck. So innovative Art Moving Center services such as the Dream Saloon Nice 21, a double-decker moving bus that allows household goods and families to move together. Let's see here. And the Car Carry 21, which can also transport cars, have been well received. The company name was changed to Art Corporation Company Limited, and in addition to the logistics business and moving business, it diversified and expanded its business such as the automobile sales business, one-stop service business, and the child care business. We are leading the industry by developing moving services that are now commonplace, such as the Ladies Pack for moving by female staff and the Student Discount Pack for students. And the new material, Eco Raku Box. Okay. But yeah, they used to be known as the Hikoshi Center Company, but now they are known as the Art Corporation Company. Okay. So this article pretty much goes into the actual vehicle itself and how they utilize the Isuzu Elf, which has been known as Japan's leading compact cab over truck since 1975, when it won the top sales position among 2-ton class trucks. At the Art Moving Center, it seems that 3-ton vehicles are mainly seen in Elfs, and it seems that they also have 3-ton long vehicles, which are commonly known as Deca 3 tons and Bake 3 tons, which are rare in the moving industry by way of the normal 3-ton car seems to be called CL. The Elf debuted in 1959 as the first model, and as of April 2023, the 7th generation model, which debuted in March of the same year, is the current latest model. TOMICA number 57 Art Moving Center truck does not have a specific model name in the product name, but judging from its design, it is a reproduction of the 6th generation model that debuted back in 2006. Judging from the design of the grille, it seems to be a vehicle after the minor change in 2018 among the 6th generation models. So I think this one right here is the 6th generation Isuzu Elf that's modeled by TOMICA. A hybrid car was also available. The current latest model will be the 7th generation model that debuted debuted just a month ago, March 2023. So the vehicle, the interior and exterior have been completely redesigned to create a functional design that eliminates waste, and the front pillars and body sides of the high cab and wide cab have been erected to create a large interior space. In addition, they expanded the conventional high cab with the aim of making it the most suitable car for the new ordinary license, and developed the only 1.8 meter wide high cab in its class exclusively for ordinary cars. It is possible to reduce the cab width step and further increase the volume of the body size when mounted, widening the overall width. Okay, so this article pretty much goes into the actual vehicle itself in detail. You can see it right here. Since its launch, the Isuzu Elf has undergone various improvements and has evolved into an even easier to use truck. And since its launch in TOMICA, various Elves have been modeled. In fact, as of April 2023, the number 57 Art Moving Center truck has a sibling relationship with the number 48 Isuzu Elf Mickey and Friends truck and the number 109 DHL truck using the same chassis. Yes, and the cargo van part with the rear panel opening and closing gimmick is also similar. It would be fun to try collecting the other cars as well. Why not add one to your collection? Oh, definitely. Isuzu Elves are a must-buy for me. Well, depending on the paint job and how it looks, but they haven't disappointed me yet. These are the trucks that you're going to see most often in Japan, used for a lot of things. And when it comes to TOMICA stuff, they tend to sell out quickly. And when you especially going on Amazon right now, you could look back and look for previous series, and people are really selling these older vehicles up the yin yang. It's just so expensive. That's why you really want to get them when they're first release, because they tend to sell out quickly. Again, they're probably a week or more until this one is actually. Let me go back to the top one. Yeah, here we go. Give it a week or more until you start to see it on Amazon Japan. Just keep checking, or the shop that you prefer that you prefer to order from, or on eBay. But yeah, definitely take advantage of these Isuzu Elf cars, because they're hugely popular among Japanese. Of course, it depends on how you feel about Japanese vehicles. For me, as a TOMICA collector, I actually prefer collecting the Japanese vehicles, because that's why I collect Japanese trains. I pretty much enjoy looking at the K vehicles and the Japanese vehicles, the Japanese trains, you name it. And I love the culture, so I'm a little biased towards that. But yeah, this concludes this first episode of the TOMICA Podcast Edition. Again, this has no affiliation with TOMICA or Takara Tomy. but I'm doing it out of the love of providing the news of what's happening in Japan in English for those of you who are interested in Tomica. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed trains, please check out my Tetsudo Moke podcast edition videos. And I'll be also doing reviews and so forth. Again, I have no relationship, so if I have something to say, good or bad, about the vehicle, I'm going to say it. So I'm not holding back. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. Others, I'm not sure if other ones, other YouTubers in Japan get a lot for get a lot from the company for review sakes, but for me, I collect this. This is more of a hobby of mine and something that I do enjoy. And I hope you enjoyed this episode, and you all take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.